What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to discuss about the top 10 sneaker releases of 2020. Harsh, which is the sneaker of the year?
Obviously,
What
Dior.
obviously? What Dior?
Dior J1s.
So 2020 saw a lot of sneaker releases. In fact, it's kind of confusing to decide the top releases this year because we saw so many sneakers come out. And fortunately, I had a good year too as I bought a lot of them. And obviously, I sold some because I do not keep every sneaker. Because when I get a new sneaker, I wear them and then I get bored and I want to wear the next one that comes out. So if there is no point, if I'm not going to wear a particular sneaker again and I know that, then I don't really keep them. I rotation is the key, keep that in mind. So anyways, talking about so many sneaker releases in the year, there were obviously some sneakers that are always going to stand out. So today we are going to talk about my top 10 sneaker releases of 2020. So keep in mind the top 10 sneakers are going to be as per my opinion in the order of what I show them to you at, and not just that, also my reason to pick those particular sneakers are only going to be because I am going to have some sort of personal connection with it, or maybe it's a new silhouette that I got to try because of this certain release or something like that. So it's not basically about design appreciation only and how good or how awesome it was in the whole community or in the culture. So it's nothing to do with that, it's purely personal and purely my choice. So yeah, by the way, yes, this is going to be the last video of 2020, and 2020 was absolutely amazing for me on YouTube. If you guys don't know, I reached 10,000 subscribers in April, and we are in December now and I am already approaching 30,000 subscribers. So once again, thank you very much to you guys for your awesome love and support, and we hope we'll get to 100k really soon. So these are some of my sneakers. I keep them here on the rack. We will talk about that in detail in the house tour video. Yes, that is coming really soon. I'm really sorry it got delayed again. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pick out all the sneakers, a couple of them from here, a couple of them from inside from my studio, and we will take a look at each sneaker for my top 10 releases. So here we are with all the sneakers. As you can see, I have put all my picks on the wall, all the 10 sneakers. Now obviously you must have seen the 10 picks that I have chosen, but what you don't know is the order of them leading up to the sneaker of the year. So without wasting any more time, let's quickly start with number 10. So at number 10, I'm going to put the Jordan 3 Fragment collaboration. Now I understand this is a very simple shoe, but that's how the design language has been with fragments, and not just that, even the colors are too plain and simple. But why it comes in my top 10 is only because this is my very first Jordan 3 silhouette. I never really got attracted to any of the Jordan 3s, and this collaboration definitely made me try it, and that is the only reason why it is in my top 10 today. So this was the Fragment Jordan 3. Now, what do we got at number 9? I think at number 9 I will put the Turdunkles. Alright, so like you've seen the unboxing video of these SB Dunk highs. So this comes at number 9 for me. Again, it is because of a connection with SB Dunks. Now I've been buying a lot of SB Dunks before, but I was never really happy with them because the sizing was always haywire. Even if I went half size up, some sneakers felt really tight, and even if I went true to size, then there was no chance of absolutely getting into them. Now this was the sneaker that I got to try the SB Dunk high with for the first time in my life. So that's the reason again, because had they not come out in an SB Dunk high, I would have probably not even tried an SB Dunk high ever. So that is one reason why it comes in at number 9 for me. Now the second reason is that I really enjoyed doing the special unboxing video with these shoes, and that's what is important being a content creator, to enjoy what you buy and what you have. So that's again another important reason why this comes in my top 10. Let's put this aside. Alright, so at number 8, I think I'm going to put the Yeezy Foam Runners. Actually, honestly speaking, this was very confusing because for me, I want to put this in my top 5, but then there were too many sneakers up there and I had more than one reason for each of them to be where I put them at. So number 8 is the only spot I could find for these. Nevertheless, these are one of the most important sneakers or sandals or whatever you want to call it that I have picked up in this year. solely because of the futuristic design and the flexibility, the lightweight, you know how simple it is to put on and do whatever the fuck you want in it. Like you can run in it, you can walk in it, and yeah, the comfort is also top notch. I really love the design. I know it's against what people think. They think they're very ugly and things like that, but no. Once you get it in hand and you put it on your feet, you're going to love them. So you should definitely try these ones out. There are going to be a couple of colorways coming out next year. Nevertheless, this was number 8. Let's move on. Now moving on to number 7, right? What do we got at number 7? I think at number 7 I will put no, I'm confused. What should I put at number 7? I think I'll put yeah. So at number 7 I'm going to put the Nike SB Dunk Chunky Dunky collaboration. Now I know a lot of you guys will be shocked that I've put this at number 7 and not much above in the list. But like I said, I really don't like the fit of SB Dunk lows, and I'm never really happy about the Travis SB Dunks as well. But like I said in the unboxing video that I went again with the wrong size and they were not really fitting me fine, so I sold them off, and it kind of pissed me off. That is why they are not even in my top 10 today. But nevertheless, this is at number 7 only because of the iconic collaboration and the beautiful use of colors and designs on the shoe. That is the only reason and nothing else, because honestly I don't really enjoy wearing them anymore. But yeah, sometimes you got to have a place for something which is really iconic and really cool and really unique. So that is why it's at number 7. Let's put this aside. Now moving on to number 6. By the way, you guys are going to be really shocked when it comes to my say second, third and fourth sneaker. So stay tuned for that. Yeah. So at number 6 I'm going to put the Union Jordan 4s in both the colorways, as you can see. Wait, let me pick this up. Okay. So at number 6 I'm putting the Union Jordan 4 collaboration in the Off Noir and the Guava colorway. Yes, both of them are equal for me. Some people like this one more, but I'm sure that's only because they are more limited. I personally like this one more, but nevertheless both of them are really awesome, and I really enjoyed to see a little difference than the usual Jordan 4s that keep dropping from decades altogether. So this one is definitely at number 6 for me. Alright, so we are reaching the top 5 sneakers now. So at number 5 I will give the Off-White Jordan 5s again. I have had the black colorway as well, but I happened to sell those sneakers because I thought I wanted to go half size up and I wasn't really sure. So that's the reason I had sold those. But then I was very sure that I was not going to go with this colorway, but then when this came out I thought I'd rather buy the newer colorway instead of buying the old one again. I could obviously buy that anytime later, so that is why I got this colorway. Nevertheless, both the colorways are equal for me, just like in the case of Union Jordan 4s. I really loved what Virgil did with these shoes, and they are in fact one of my top 3 Jordans, I could say, probably, yeah. So they are in my top 3 Jordans of all time. Obviously because of the really lightweight and really thin kind of a upper that they've used in this shoe. It just makes the shoe more roomier and gives it that casual feel that you could just slip it on and walk out. So yeah, that's at number 5 for me. I know this is probably, I think, the number 1 sneaker by Complex, but I don't really care. I'm going to talk about what I like the most. Let's put this away. At number 4, let's put the Jordan 4. So at number 4 we have the Off-White Jordan once again, this time the Jordan 4s in the sail colorway. Now this was a women's only shoe, but that did not really matter because they dropped in extended sizing. So I guess everyone was able to get their hands on them. Nevertheless, again, this is a really nice colorway. I really love this colorway, especially with the, where's the other pair? Oh, that's inside I think. So especially the other one with the mint green laces. I just think they look fire, and this sort of color has always been my favorite. Apart from that, nothing much. It's Virgil Abloh, whatever he touches turns to gold. So, and obviously since it is trending, we all like it a lot. We don't know what's going to happen with it in the future, but for now they are at number 4 for me. Okay, now moving on to number 3. Now here is where the controversy starts, because my choices for number 3 and number 2 is going to be different from anyone else most probably. So at number 3 for me is the Nike Dunk High Varsity Maze. You can see it on the screen. I have bought that shoe and it has not reached me yet, unfortunately. So why I'm putting that shoe at number 2 is because after trying out a Dunk High previously also, I was really happy with the highs in the case of Dunks as against in the case of Jordan 1s that I like the lows better. So I'm really kind of enjoying that silhouette, and the colorway that's on the Varsity Maze, the black and yellow, is just too iconic because it is very similar to the Wu-Tang Dunk Highs that have launched a couple years ago, and they are one of the rarest Dunk Highs to have ever released. So yeah, I overall like yellow color a lot. I've said that many a times on my channel, and that black and yellow combination on the Dunk Highs looks, I don't know, it just looks too good. For me, it's one of the best sneakers that I have ever had so far. So that was number 3. Now number 2 obviously is going to be my recent and last sneaker pickup of 2020, that is the Ambush Dunk Highs. Now this is also a Dunk High, but I think it is being regarded as a new silhouette altogether, or slightly modified version of the Dunk High because of the work that Ambush has done on these sneakers. The swoosh is simply to die for, there cannot be anything better. So these are slightly more higher than the other Dunk Highs, but nevertheless, even though I'm not a fan of high tops, but these sneakers are just so good and they look so good on feet, I cannot even describe. The leather quality is brilliant, like I said in my unboxing video in the previous vlog. Go check that out if you haven't yet. So yeah, this is at number 2. Now coming back to number 1, no points for guessing this one. Obviously, the Dior Jordan 1 lows or highs. Let's not start an argument for that if highs are number 1 or lows are number 1. It's overall the collab which is number 1 and not a particular version of the shoe. So yeah, before we get into it, let me tell you, honestly speaking, I like the Ambush Dunks much better in terms of design and on feet looks. But why this comes in at number 1 for me, not for everyone. For everyone it's at number 1 because it's a luxury brand collab with a sportswear brand and with Nike and Dior and blah 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 shit. For me it comes at number 1 because this, ever since I've come into sneakers, this has been my most profitable cop. By profitable I mean this is the most expensive sneaker that I have got on retail and is actually selling 3 times the retail price. So that's one reason, because that made me really excited, and also the fact that they are so limited in number, and in fact they are numbered, everyone knows that. So getting that sneaker on retail, being that one lucky person out of a couple of thousands or lakhs or whatever, blah blah blah, millions of people, it just felt really good. And obviously this was one of my best videos, or rather the video that I kind of started vlogging with, and people really liked it. I got that appreciation. So all these factors come together to make this sneaker number 1 for me in this year. So yeah, that's about it. So these are all my top 10 picks. Like you saw, there's only the Varsity Maze Dunk High which is missing from here. Now yeah, I think that's about it for this video. Do let me know in the comments below what you feel about my picks. No, this is not an argument whether which one should have been in the list or not. This was just me sharing my picks, my experience, how my year went with sneakers. You can definitely share yours. There's nothing to argue or fight about. If you have something else in mind for your sneaker of the year, brilliant. Oh yes, one more thing. I forgot to mention 2 particular sneakers. That is the Jordan 1 Core JP, that is the silver one, and the Midnight Navy. Now both of these Jordans are one of the nicest looking Jordan 1s to have released this year. And not just that, usually when Jordan 1s release and are selling for not as much in the resale market, the reason mainly is because of the awkward and funny colorways that have been put onto them. But unlike in these 2 cases, they are really nice looking shoes with excellent color blocking, and they are only selling for I think about 20 to 25,000 rupees if I'm not mistaken in the resale market. So definitely these 2 shoes deserve a special mention, and I would love to know if a lot of you guys feel so and have these 2 or at least one of them in your list of top 10 releases. So that's all from me for this year. 2020 has been great. Thank you very much once again for the love and support, and I hope to be back in 2021 with probably one of the most requested or the banging videos that you have been waiting for. If not, I will do something to keep you entertained, so don't worry about that, and I'll see you next year. A very happy new year to you guys. Peace.